My name is Elisa Megan. I'm 23 years old. I'm a truffle farmer in Sotillo, Guadalajara. And yeah, this is my job. Yeah, so I moved here to Spain in 2009. I was 8 years old. And at the beginning it was a little bit scary. My sister and I wouldn't go outside at all. We would run away from everyone and we would only want to go outside with my mom. But I mean, we started making friends and eventually we just got used to this village. At the beginning, yeah, I was studying in Madrid and I finished my studies and COVID hit, so we were in lockdown here. And my dad obviously was working here in the field, so he asked for help and I started coming, I started enjoying it, and eventually I'm here and I'm working every day. Yeah, well, I started the campaign of 2022 and 2023, and I mean, the weather is a little bit challenging. You gotta get used to how it freezes, how it rains, and you have to come when it rains also, or how it gets hot in the middle of the day. But yeah, in the end, I started knowing about the dogs, about the truffles, studying everything my dad studied, and yeah, I started liking it. Yeah, I started getting more involved in this because what I said before, my dad wanted help, he needed help, and so I started pruning the trees, we started putting the watering system, and I just like being outside here, spending time with my dad or with the dogs. It's really nice, yeah. Well, it's not easy to train a dog. We have 4 dogs and 3 of them we trained ourselves by hiding the truffle and just rewarding every time they found the truffle. But this last dog, Coda, he's from a personal breeder. So he was already trained and I just had to continue that training, which was, we had to use little metal balls, like T-balls, and we had to put the truffle inside. First you start burying it superficially and reward every time he finds it, and eventually you just go deeper and deeper. I think the excitement of finding a truffle is you never know what is going to come out of that hole. You don't know the size, the quantity, the quality, if it's natural, if it's from these holes we do with the substrate, or yeah, it's always like a game. The biggest challenge of truffle farming, I think, is the weather and how it affects the trees. Like in summer, if it's too hot, how long you have to water, if you have to water more often, or later in the winter, if you have a really hard winter, the cold isn't nice to be digging in, or the rain either, so yeah. Yes, water is completely fundamental. Water and spores are the most important for the trees, yeah. Well, I think Spanish truffles are so special and have this great value because the aroma, the taste, the quality, and I think in all of those things, the climate of Spain and the soil helps a lot in this growth of those truffles. I think truffle farming has grown quite a bit around my village and in other villages, other areas, and yes, I think it helped young people to stay here and work outside, work in agriculture. It's a form of agriculture, and at least that's my case. Well, I think Laumont helped us as a truffle farmer by creating a really good relationship with their clients, as they did with us, especially Gerard. And they have offered contacts in administration agencies, such as ecological consultants, if we wanted to ever test the field as an ecological field. Well, you get them to your house, you put them in the fridge, or that's how we keep them in store. Somebody comes and picks them up. We put them in bags and we weigh them. They have a certain tag, each one of them with their specific number so that they know what client it is from. And then they just take them and they get to Laumont and they do a certain process of selecting the truffles. The best way of learning truffle farming, I think, is by going with someone who has this kind of business and watching what they do every day and the process and how they maintain the field. I think that's the best way. But you could also find books and information on the internet. Like, this has really spread out quite a bit, and it's fairly easy to maybe start somehow. Yeah. In 5 or 10 years, I definitely see myself continuing this truffle business, and I think with the plantation I did down there, where my trees are younger, in the future or in a few years they might start producing, and that will help me eventually buy more fields and just continue this business.